At this moment in hockey history, Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division after 53 games skated. They have a record of 18, 28, and 743 points, has them in no man's land. Their next game will take place against the Buffalo Sabres a little bit later today. They have a record at Bridgestone Arena of 12, 10, and 3. They've scored 138 goals this season. They've given up 175. That's a goal differential of minus 37 on the season. Now, for the Predators, this is their last game until February the 22nd. The break for the Four Nations tournament starts after tonight's game against Buffalo. So on the 22nd of February is when the schedule resumes. The Preds will be at home against the Colorado Avalanche. The following night on the 23rd versus the New Jersey Devils. On the 25th versus the Florida Panthers. And to close out the month of February the 27th, they will host the Winnipeg Jets. So the Preds are starting off a 5-game homestand against Buffalo that will see them at Bridgestone Arena through the end of February, but there will be a 2-week break in the middle of that. On the 1st of March is when the Preds resume their road schedule, and it will be in New York against the Islanders. For the Preds and the Buffalo Sabres, the second time they're meeting this season. They'll meet 2 total times. It was back on the 31st of January when the Preds went into Buffalo as part of this current losing streak that they're on and fell 4-3. It was a Noonan getting Stark going 23 out of 27, taking the loss. Evangelista, Novak, and Shea scored the goals for the Preds, but Luukkonen got the best of the Preds, going 28 out of 31, picking up the victory. Kulik picked up 2 goals, and it was McLeod and Zucker with 1 goal each for the Buffalo Sabres. When it comes to the Buffalo Sabres, currently 22, 16, and 5, 49 points, has them 8th overall in the Atlantic Division. 9, 14, and 2 on the road. They've given up 179 goals in the season. They've scored 167. It's a goal differential of minus 12. So the Predators taking on another team comparable to them in the standings, but unfortunately they've already dropped a game in the last week to this same Buffalo team. The most recent stretch of action, we'll cover that game. The 25th of February, the Sabres had a 3-2 loss at Edmonton. On the 28th, a 7-2 win versus Boston. They followed it up on the 31st of January with a 4-3 win versus the Nashville Predators. On the 2nd of February, a 4-3 win versus New Jersey. And most recently, on the 4th of February, 3-2 win versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. Reimer got the start, got the victory, 27 out of 29 in that game. Talking about the NHL ranks, not a lot of impressive statistical metrics between these two teams, but let's break it down. For the Nashville Predators, goals for per game, 2.60 is 29th. Buffalo, 3.11 is 11th overall. Goals against, Predators are 3.25 is 25th. The Buffalo Sabres are 3.36 is 28th overall in the league. Shots on goal category, the Predators are 30.1. That's 5th best. The Sabres, 27.8 is 20th. The Sabres are also giving up 29.3 shots against per game. That's 23rd overall in the NHL, while the Predators are giving up 29.4. That's 25th in the league. When it comes to your special teams metrics, the Predators are going to be ahead in both of these. Start with the power play, 21.5% conversion rate is 15th best in the league, 32 conversions, 149 opportunities. Buffalo, 16.2% conversion rate, 27th in the league, 25 out of 154. On the penalty kill, 82.2% PK rate for the Preds is 8th best in the league, 28 power play goals against. For Buffalo, 78.6%. Kill rate is 18th, 34 power play goals against on the season. Individual statistics and leaders for each of these teams. Over on the Buffalo Sabres side of things, Thompson's at 26 goals, 22 assists for 48 overall points. Peterka's got 15 and 26 for 41. Zucker's at 18 goals, 22 assists, 40 points overall. Tuck is at 18 and 22 for 40, and Dahlin is at 6 and 34 for 40. So 5 players on the Buffalo Sabres, 40 points or more. Only 2 players on the Nashville Predators side of the ledger at 40 points or more. Forsberg leads the way, 19 goals, 32 assists, 51 total points. Then Marchessault is at 16 goals and 24 assists for 40 points. Yossi's at 9 and 27 for 36. Stamkos 17 and 16 for 33. And then O'Reilly 14 and 16 for 30 overall. UC Saros' updated statistics, 11, 23, and 6 is the record. 2.95 is now the goals against average, and 8.899 is the save percentage with 4 shutouts on the season. His numbers have just plummeted in recent stretches of hockey. Luukkonen, over on the Buffalo Sabres side of things, already has 1 win against the Nashville Predators this season. Also has a record of 18, 15, and 4. 2.97 goals against average. .897 save percentage with 2 shutouts on the season. Listen, the way the Nashville Predators performed in Chicago and the way they've been performing over the last stretch of 6 games, there is no reason to think that the Nashville Predators are going to pull it together and defeat the Buffalo Sabres on a Saturday night before going into the Four Nations tournament. As a matter of fact, they look like a team that is already checked out and on the beach during the break. That's what it looks like to me. We'll talk about it coming up next. The Reverb Sports full game recap. We got to go to Chicago and talk about what happened last night.